This video on motion in a straight line, part 14, is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exams. Please make sure that you have watched part 1 to part 13 before going ahead with part 14. Time graphs. In this case, we will discuss two scenarios. The first scenario is uniformly increasing velocity. What do we mean by uniformly increasing velocity? It means that the increase in velocity is equal with equal interval of time. Correct? That is, let us suppose initially the velocity of a body was 1 meter per second. In next second it was 2 meter per second. In next 3 seconds it was 3 meter per second, and so on. That means the velocity is increasing uniformly with time. So let us plot the scenario of uniformly increasing velocity. In this case, we will plot the velocity time graph first, and then we will plot the acceleration time graph as well. Let us suppose we take time along x-axis and we take velocity along the y-axis. Now we are plotting the graph for the same example which we discussed just now. In the example, we saw that the velocity was initially 0. Initially the velocity was 0. Then the velocity increased from 0 to 10 meter per second. That means the velocity increased from 0 to 10 meter per second. Let us suppose that this value corresponds to 10 meter per second. And in how much time did it reach here? In 10 minutes. Let us suppose this represents 10 minutes. Fine. Then we saw that the velocity again increased from this value to 20 meter per second in 5 minutes. That means in just 5 minutes, which is somewhere around here, that would be 15. The velocity increased from 10 to 20. 20 would be somewhere around here. So this 20 with this 15. So we find that this is how the velocity increased. First it increased to this value, then it increased to this value. Fine. So this is my velocity time graph. Now from this velocity time graph, we can easily find out the value of acceleration. Why? Because the slope of this velocity time graph gives the value of acceleration. Let us verify the same. Now the slope for this curve and the slope for this curve will give the value of A1 and A2. Now what will be the value of A1? Let us suppose this angle is θ1. Now if we want to calculate the value of A1, it would be tan θ1, that is equal to y by x. Now y would be 10, x would be 10. That would be equal to 10 divided by 10, but this 10 is in minutes. So we will convert it into seconds. So this will be equal to 1 by 60 meter per second square. This is what we got even in the previous slide. Similarly, if we want to find A2, that means the acceleration for this line. So we will have to find the slope for this line. Let us suppose this angle is equal to θ2. So A2 will be equal to tan θ2, which is again equal to y by x. Now the value of y in this case would be this one. This is the value of y. And the value of x in this case would be this. So what is the value of y? It is 20 minus 10. And the value of x is 15 minus 10. So this is 10 divided by 5 into 60, because we have to convert the minutes into seconds. So it comes out to be 1 by 30 meter per second square. So we find that the values which we are getting from the slope of the graph is exactly the same as what we got in the previous slide manually with the use of formula. So now we got the values of acceleration. Now let us just try to plot the acceleration time graph using this data. In this case, the acceleration time graph would look like this. We will take acceleration along y-axis and time along x-axis. Now, if we plot the acceleration time graph using the data which we get here, we see that initially for the first 10 minutes, the acceleration is 1 by 60 meter per second square. That means the acceleration has a constant value. That means this constant value of acceleration is for the first 10 minutes. And what is this value? This is 1 by 60 meter per second square. Now after 10 minutes, the value of the acceleration increases to 1 by 30. That means this value would be 1 by 30. So we see that the plot would be something like this. Two straight lines parallel to the x-axis. Why is the acceleration constant? Because here the velocity is increasing uniformly with time. That means the change in velocity with the passage of time is the same. So whenever the velocity is increasing uniformly, the acceleration is constant. Since velocity is increasing uniformly, therefore acceleration is constant. So this was the first scenario where we considered that the velocity was increasing uniformly. Now let us suppose that we take the previous example of which we were discussing here. We take the same example, just that we consider that the velocity is increasing non-uniformly. How would be the velocity time graph? In that case, the time will be taken along x-axis and again velocity along the y-axis. In this case again from 0 to 10 meter per second. But this would not be a straight line. Instead, it would be something like this, because the change in velocity with each interval of time is not uniform. Instead, it is not non-uniform. Again, from this point, it increases to another point like this. So, however, the concept remains the same, just that the increase in velocity is not uniform. So, this is 10, this is 20, and this time interval corresponds to 10 minutes, and this time interval corresponds to 15 minutes. Now, corresponding to this plot, if we try to draw the acceleration time graph, then it would look something like this. That is from 0 to 10 minutes. Say this is 10 minutes. Before that, t is along x-axis, acceleration is along y-axis. This is our origin. So from 0 to 10 minutes, the acceleration increases to this value, that is 1 by 60 meter per second. And after that, the value of acceleration again increases from 1 by 60 to 1 by 30. So this comes out to be a straight line, because the acceleration itself is increasing with time. So I hope the concept is clear now. When the velocity is increasing uniformly, in that case, the acceleration remains constant, because acceleration is nothing but the change of velocity with respect to time. Similarly, when the velocity of the body is increasing non-uniformly, in that case there is a change in the change of velocity with time. Therefore, the acceleration becomes an increasing curve. That is, the acceleration itself keeps increasing with time. So when the velocity is non-uniformly increasing, in that case the acceleration increases uniformly. So I just demonstrated case 2 in order to show you how the acceleration time graph is plotted when the velocity time graph is non-uniform. So from this curve which we plotted initially, that is the uniformly increasing velocity, from here we found the average values of acceleration, and we also found that they match with the values which we calculated in the previous slide. Correct? Yes. So again, if we want to calculate the net acceleration for the entire journey, We will not apply the rule that A is equal to A1 plus A2. Instead, we will again use the same funda, that is net acceleration would be equal to the net change in velocity. So what is the net change in velocity? Initial velocity was 0 and the final velocity is 20. So final velocity minus initial velocity divided by the time taken for this change. So what is the time taken for this change? That is 15. So 15 into 60. So this would be equal to 20 into 3, that is 1 by 45 meter per second square. So even this value matches with the value which we found in the previous slide. So we found that we can calculate the value of acceleration from the velocity time graph. So this is how the average acceleration is demonstrated in a velocity time graph, and each point on the velocity time graph represents instantaneous acceleration at that point. You consider any point, you just take out the slope at that point, that will become instantaneous acceleration for that particular instant of time. Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.